Oh,
okay. Yes, so can see. To the extent that we have about 1,000 persons arrested, or the chances that some will spill the beans are very high. Yeah, the chances that some will spill the beans are very high.
But the boys don't know the chiefs, so they don't know the kingpins.
They only recruited two. So if they are recruited by middlemen, so if there's a hope that when you are arresting these young ones, they will lead you to the owner. You are yes, maybe
that's what
on a wild goose chase.
Yes, but I mean, let's attempt. Once we have those in, we try to interrogate. Some may be able to give useful information. You know, when you look at a company, somehow through the grapevine, ownership of a company trickles down. So when the underlings are together working, doing the galamsey, usually they will hear snipers of, oh, this place, this our business belongs to Simesi. Whatever it is worth, I'm sure the investigators will be able to be able to get something. It may not be all, but certainly there may be some information, because look, I can just look at it this way. How many people would like to go to a workplace that for 6 months, even 6 months is long, 1 month and over, you don't even know the owner, you've never heard this place belongs to somebody. No, it doesn't work like that. So what I'm saying is that there are chances that we may be able to get some information. Yes, we are talking about probabilities, because it's also impossible to say that we will get nothing from any of those underlings. It's impossible to say so, that we will get nothing whatsoever about the ownership of these galamsey pits, etc., from the underlings. So let the investigators go on. Now, what I don't see so far in the fight is that, so now that we do, as we come here, we talk every day, where are the main galamsey activities ongoing now? Have we been educated as a public that, okay, look, now this is the biggest hotspot. There are 200 galamseys in this part. No, as a society, the reason we must know is that if as a whole society we know, then we too can come on board to see what we can do to help government. Because right now, as we say, well, I don't know. If I were to hear that, look, maybe
DC knows where galamseys
yes, but I'm saying as a society, because
and they not reporting to a center.
But you know, like you're saying, we've all sat across this table. We're saying that there's a certain level of, you know, political. There's a problem, okay, with our politics, with our governance, right? So if you want the fight to, you know, go up a few notches high, you need to inform the whole society. Right. Look, sometimes law alone is not sufficient. So this one, I know earlier I'd seen it in Hillary Clinton's book. So today I went to take it, and then I eventually I found a page. Look, let's read something here. It says, page, so I'm talking about, it takes a village. You know, it's an old African proverb that it takes a village to raise a child. Yeah. Of course, I believe Hillary took it from us. She's written a book and it's become popular. So at page 167, it says, people of faith belong to the larger village along with other citizens, the majority of whom share many but not all of their values. Our laws are designed to permit us to live in harmony even when we have differences over religion and political matters. But to achieve that harmony, more than law is required. But to achieve that harmony, more than law is required. Mutual tolerance and respect are also necessary, and so on and so forth. You say, there are other quotations. She talks about having been influenced by the teachings of Martin Luther King. She went to attend speeches that, yes, so Kofi, at a point, you made a point that, yes, it's about the projection of political power. But along the line, you also consider that the problem is bigger than our political leaders. It's also about the whole fabric of our society. Look, everything we've all said, it all comes down to this, that our value systems have broken down. The value systems have broken down because you mentioned chiefs, you mentioned DCs, you mentioned the politicians, etc. That is what this whole thing is about, that the value system is broken down, right? Of course, and we've known that for decades, because look, when you read the books, 40 years ago it was said that our values are gone. 30 years ago, our values are gone. In the 90s, Sika Sunsun, I think, was it Felix, were you the one who referred to that movie also, or somebody else? Sika Sunsun, the Ghanaian movie that they were talking about, gold, etc. I think somebody referred to it. So what I'm saying is that we've been playing ostrich over all these decades, that look, we no longer have much strong social values. It's about get rich quick or die trying. Yeah, get rich quick or die trying. Because this Galam says, don't they take the money to church? Don't the pastors
So how do we solve it?
So that's why I said the information that the people at the top have, they need to disseminate it down. So that that's why I said, as we said today, last week when we came here, I extolled government for taking over the 9 forests, right? 2 were taken back by the Galamseys, then they went back to retrieve those 2, recover the 2. Then I also extolled government that, especially when it comes to Etiwa Forest, the fact that Ekufuado wanted to mine Etiwa Forest, we had been fighting him in court for how many years? We are not yet done. Yet this new administration came in and they said there will be no mining in any forest, which we applaud, etc. Right? So the point is that, having said all of this, if we want the fight to proceed more, we should be more scientific. So as we sit here today, where are the hot spots? As a society, we don't know.
We know.
So collectively, do you know? Then put it out. Because you remember even Otumfuo, during the
I'm saying in every region except Volta and parts of Accra, the hot spots are in the middle belt.
So where specific? Because
around Ashanti, around Eastern, around Western.
No, today.
Okay. If you want that grand line for me, it is there. Ask him.
That is what we want as a society.
And then you do what we did as your society.
Then we can charge government that we
can charge government now. Who doesn't know Galamsey?
If you don't know the specific site,
But we don't
know.
But you are not the person going to go to the bush.
But I can fight. I can fight better when I know that this specific place, they say there are 200 people. Then TV3 will say we are driving there.
So are you saying that with the NIMOS and all, they don't know where this is happening? They move on intelligence. That's why they're able to go to a particular location to clamp down on the illegal.
So as they know and we don't, that's what I'm saying. The problem, you see, we are talking high decibels. NIMOS is doing something. But it appears we're saying that some say it's nothing. I'm saying, so where are the hotspots? Then we know that, look, if let's say there are 20 hotspots, do we know that NIMOS is in all? If NIMOS is not in all, then we can pinpoint that, NIMOS, there are 20, you are in 9. These are the remaining 11. So there is data. We lack a lot of data as a citizenry. Okay? The society lacks the data to be able to help in the fight. Not even Kenashigbe knows. I'm sure if he knew that
says they know everything.
But they've not shared with you. So you see that
very small.
But there are dark areas. So if they say they know, but you and I, do we? So that if we knew, then we could help the fight because we want to go and assess that, 20 hotspots, we've been here, there. We've seen NIMOS here. So right now, as we sit, we don't know how many NIMOS is.
Okay, so Council, how about this? That what we've seen now is that when the NIMOS moves into an area, they then report. At least Phyllis Kwachofosu has been doing that the whole of last week. The 3 operations that NIMOS did.
There are 21 hotspots. 21.
Yes.
And so are they in the 21?
When they move to do an operation, afterwards the information is put out. Putting out the information before the operation obviously would jeopardize the essence of the operation. So what kind of the dissemination of the information do you want to see? Is it after they have done it, which is going on now?
Yeah.
Or what else?
Or they can do some ahead. You see, when you say jeopardize,
they should let us know ahead of time.
Yes. Do you know what happens? So if they knew, why won't you come? Some of the areas come and blast them on air. The people would flee. Look, listen. Let's be very clear.
Give me 1 minute.
We cannot.
The major hotspots in Ghana are Tapa in Suaim District, Amenfi East District, Christian Huni Valley District. Notable towns and areas: Wasa Dadieso, Wasa Japa, Akrokeri, near Obuasi, Diaso, Huniso or near Takwa. Major regions affected: Western region, Ashanti region, Eastern region, Western North region. Do you want more?
It's sufficient. So good. Now let's go there. We're saying the specifics. So now what we are looking at is that as CSOs, Imani, we will say, look, okay, Imani will say, look, I have funding to go inspect 3 areas, right? so that we'll be monitoring. Because if we have this information, even when you sit on air and say it, please don't worry about some of the galamsees fleeing. If they flee, at least the bleeding stops. Listen, we've arrested over 1,000. You know how much time it takes to prosecute those people? Yes. So some of them necessarily have to flee. If they've fled and left our forest, we'll be happy for it. You can't prosecute all the underlings.
Forfeiture, confiscation.
We've not finished the oral matters.
Correct them.
Okay, so putting out the information up to date, that look, 9 months, we are aware of 21 specific hotspots, but we see you are in 10. These remaining ones, you are not. Then TV3, we are here blasting. So if you say Takwa is which part specific, those areas are big. I grew up partly in Takwa. Okay, so it's a vast area. I'm looking at, so which specific, so you see why I said specific areas.
Right.